So hi guys, welcome to another brand new episode of Financial Metrics Solutions. This is a day trading video journal. So basically, we'll check out what we are looking at today for the setup that I'm looking at. And also disclaimer: this content is always for educational purposes only. And also, if you are not familiar with ICT concepts, I always recommend you go and search Inner Circle Traders on YouTube and probably start with month 1 to 12, the core private mentorship. I think that will help you build the foundation of ICT, and probably now you can diverge to the other videos. Also, nevertheless, also if you haven't watched my last video that I posted, go do check it out and look at what we are looking at actually this week. And today I just want to just do that day trading setup, and also I'll talk about a little bit of fundamentals. So because I want this video to be short, we'll just dig into the fundamentals and what you are trying to look at. And so FOMC came, and for this, majority was supporting a 50 basis cut. But moving forward, also they will be looking at a lot about the labor markets, and with time they will probably make more rational and more. We'll get more bias on it. But interesting now is on Thursday we had an employment claims and CPI. So for CPI it remained unchanged, which was good. But for currently unemployment claims came increased. So this showed a little bit of probably fundamentally dollar weakness, and especially now because we have the hurricane uh, that is affecting parts of Florida actually. So that I do believe will feel a lot of probably more unemployment claims or more job reports data being messy around this October. So anyway, for today, um, what I'm looking at is for dollar weakness. And from the last video, we have been looking at this PDRA right here. And also for before we start, for just systematical, for any time I look at charts, I always just when I'm marking these PDRAs, I always just like to look at the market price where it is, and above and below, I could use any PDRA. So currently, we have this daily OB. And I'm still eyeing it. And for this, generally, I'm feeling like we probably now will probably have some dollars sales coming. And for the most part, I think that will probably fuel a lot of, especially now because the unemployment came a lot to the increase. So I do believe because even next week have unemployment claims, at least for those who are looking at targets, there's a BC right here, a minor BC which I added marked that is below market price. So that could be a significant area to target. And also for those who like to target, probably I'm thinking at least taking out this low eventually, especially now with the report that could come probably this October as we continue folding. So nevertheless, today if we drop to power 3, so power 3 we apply it on the lower time frames. So currently what I'm looking at is, if you look now, so currently what I'm looking at is probably now, because now we're on the start of probably I think now it's the second hour of New York kill zone. So what I'm looking at is probably short-term sales. At least first we probably rate this low as a short-term day trading setup. And especially if we look back today, there could be a high probability day whereby we have PPI. So we are waiting for PPI to see what it's going to do. And currently, as you can see, at 0.2, people are anticipating, economists now are anticipating at 0.1. So let's say generally, if it becomes 0.1 or probably lower, that could fuel a lot of dollar weakness fundamentally. So, but for any case, that's what I'm looking at. So with we'll just go to GU. So with GU, currently I'm looking for a buy. But But before that, let's first go to daily and you can look at the PDRA that I have. So from the last video, I was still insisting I was still using this daily OB on the lower time, on the higher time frame. So now if you drop to a 1 hour time frame and probably looking at power 3 and probably targets, so that's what I'm looking at for today, at least. Come PPI news, we might now continue fueling a lot of buys to now at least get to this high for the most part for the day trading basis. Also, there's always another scenario whereby I can be stopped out near kill zone and probably now get good buys. But nevertheless, for this, I already have a order triggered. So also for the most part, I think this is a EU. I think EU and GU SMT, whereby I believe London law for the EU has been taken out, so we'll just go and check it out before. But that's general field that I'm looking at least now we take out this buy side. What else? Yeah, so for that, I think that, so let's go to EU. So we'll just drop to daily and look at the PDRAs that I have. So currently I'm using this OB right here. So for a draw, I think probably for a short-term draw could be there's a CB right here that could be a target. So probably buys to that area and just call it a Friday. But let's first drop to the lower time frame so you can look at what we are looking at in a micro lens. So currently what I'm looking at, this is what I was calling about SMT, whereby if you look, we have taken out this low currently at New York kill zone. So what I'm thinking, especially I'm looking if we can just drop a little bit to probably around 200, somewhere around here, will at least trigger good buy limits for me to actually now target this high or this buy side. So for this, I'm looking at that, generally that feeling of, especially if PPI comes, triggers, then probably then buys. But for GU, I think it won't remove that low. So that's why the other one I'm in. But nevertheless, even if I'm stopped out, I'll still wait because I always believe London close kill zone for the most part complements my setup. Yeah, for nevertheless, let's see what the market will present. And you have a great weekend.